Hello, hello. Oh, I should have checked that the mic was near me. Hello, hello, hello. We are back. Streaming again. Some more AEW from day one. How are we all? I feel like I need to once again let's do a rapid upgrade of the merchandise. Try and get that as high as we can. I need to get the results up. AEW Dynamite. Is anyone like boiling and roasting? AEW Dynamite. 18 March 2020. I hope we're all having a lovely day, lovely morning. Why can't I find the normal? What is it? Wrestlespective. Absolutely won't be it. Where is it? Oh, WrestleView. That's what I use. That's fine. Yeah, here we are. I need to rename this gimmick to the Exalted One. Perfect. Save. How do I change his picture? Here's Brody Lee. Yeah. Hope we're all doing well. Back for another stream. Brody Lee. Yeah, that's fine. I do wonder, let me, I have to change all their names to... In-game editor. Workers. I thought there was like a mass edit function in-game, unless I'm not seeing it. Edit relationship. Tribute shows. Fair. Turn to database, remove help. So I just wanted to see. I don't even know what. God, control. I don't know why I named the thing that. Don't look at all of these. Some of these don't mean anything. I can change it back, but they're not going to auto change because, yeah, these are all set to be JPEGs. That'll be every wrestler in the world, won't it? Yeah. I mean, I could set it for our wrestlers, but I meant to check off thing if I could be like, let me turn this to GIF. In-game editor. I just feel like there used to be... maybe the mass editor is just in the actual data. I'm rambling at this point. There's no need for me to do this on stream. As opposed to... or even started this. But anyway, here we are. AEW Dynamite. Nothing to really report on. Since last time, I don't think the Nightmare Factory... So happy we got developmental, to be fair, though. Is it called The Nightmare? Oh, yeah, the Nightmare Factory. So we felt it insignificant. But I imagine we were falling anyway. Oh, Nicole Matthews walked out from a pay dispute. Oh, that was before us. Oh, no. That was straight away. Fair. Fuck yeah. We have to have you. Yeah, they ran 3 shows. Went out of biz. And now here we are. I'm fine with us being insignificant. If we view... like, we have a pretty solid roster. They can hire people if they want. If we check... is it events and TV? Yeah, so we have a bi-weekly event and then annual stuff, so... running a fair amount. But let's get straight into it. We now have Brody Lee, we now have Jeff Hardy, we now have Matt Hardy. Daly's place is perfectly fine for me. Booking team meeting don't really have to do anything. Pac got an argument with Excalibur. Jack Evans has a creative finish. DDP ran some drills, so did Cody. Tully and Marco bonded backstage. Nice. No need to address the locker room. Let's start as we mean to go on with an AEW Dynamite opening. I'm happy to have gotten back into streaming a little bit more. I did keep taking longer and longer breaks. And then it was kind of hard to get back into once I'd done that. Yeah, seems like everyone of most importance. So here I am. I do need to edit a Tony Hawk's video, but that'll come in time. So we open with Cody standing in the ring alone. Cody turns his attention to the Elite. He says he needs Hangman and the Bucks to get over their issues. Cody says he needs Page and Bucks to get over their issues. He tells him he needs the reason. He tells him to be the reason that the Elite win blood and guts, says it's the Hangman. He says he needs Kenny Omega, he needs the real best bout machine. He says, in short, I need the Elite to be the Elite. Perfect. Matt Jackson says his brother is out indefinitely. Paige agrees to work with him. And Omega says they're going to do their goddamn best. So Cody cutting a promo. Matt Jackson says Nick's out. So Matt Jackson, Hangman, Kenny, Nick is out. So we're kind of cutting that promo on the inner circle of Jericho, Jake Hager, Santana, Ortiz and Sammy. Make that, yeah, solid 5 minutes. If we can have it scripted, nice. A vignette hypes up Death Triangle. So if I convert this save to a database and then mass edit that database where all the JPEGs become GIFs, I don't know why I'm doing this. Will that work? But then will I kind of lose all the little intricate bits of my save? MJF says he's refusing to wrestle tonight. It's shown is gambling with Sean Spears instead. So we kind of have Tony interviewing MJF. My typing is not on point today. Cutting a promo, Sean Spears can kind of be on character development. Let's just stick Cody off screen. See, Cody was Cody now, wasn't he? He wasn't Cody Rhodes. But everyone knew he was Cody Rhodes, so it's like much of a muchness. That's maybe a 2-minute interview backstage. Nice. Oh, a bunch of so this is kind of the start of the COVID area of wrestling in the world. So they have a bunch of wrestlers and staff sitting ringside. Yeah, just to kind of big up the numbers, which I liked. I kind of hated the Thunderdome gimmick. I really appreciated what they're trying, and I absolutely get it. But it didn't do it for me. Trent tags in and goes for a reverse pile driver, but Fenix super kicks him. Pentagon low blow. Pentagon low blows Trent as the referee was sidetracked with Chuck and Fenix on the outside. Lucha Brothers hit the Fear Factor Ghetto Stomp for the win. Let's make this one steal the show. And we'll have this one be a tainted win. At ringside was OC. Tony Schiavone interviews best friends on the stage. Taylor says that since they like to kick his friend in the dick, next week they don't need to be in the ring because they want a street fight. Britta says they don't need a street either and challenges the Lucha Brothers to meet them in the parking lot next week. Trent challenges. Challenges. Have I been calling it wrong this full time? Challenges Lucha Brothers Luncher till I'm hungry. Lucha Bros to meet them in the parking lot next week. Trent cutting a promo with Orange Cassidy, Chuck Taylor, Tony on the interview, and then Pac entering Phoenix. That's an in-the-ring interview, maybe like 2 mins. Perfect. And then up next we have Penelope Ford versus Riho versus Chris Statlander versus Shida. Fun little 4-way. Penelope, Riho, Chris, and Hikaru. Ford goes for the handspring back elbow but eats a dropkick from Shida in midair, followed by a Falcon's arrow for the near fall. Shida follows up with a flying knee for the pin. So 12 minutes should be fine. Chris Shida gets the win, make this a wild brawl, with the loser being Miss Ford. Shivani interviews Colt Cabana. Cabana says that Penelope Ford would have done much better if she wasn't scheming with her boyfriend. Sabin gets pissed and shoves Cabana. Do we have a... this is kind of going on. Let's add Colt to this. Colt says Ford would do much better on her own. Sabin, is that how we're spelling it? No, the other way. Slaps him. So Shavonte interviews Colt, cut the promo. Let's put Penelope and Chris Sabin. Is it Chris Sabin? Is that his name? Kip Sabin. I'm so dumb. On character development. I'm still searching Chris. 2 minutes. Has no interview. John Moxley is on the do not enter list for tonight's show, and Shivani approaches a pissed off Mox. Mox says he doesn't need to cause any more problems by punching out security, but tonight promises the inner circle that he will be at Blood and Guts. They better be ready. Mox tells the inner circle he will be at Blood and Guts, and they better be ready. Big Tony Schiavone interview day. John Moxley cutting a promo. Oh, we can kind of just do Chris Jericho, to be honest. Backstage, 3 minutes. Yeah, I was going to say I probably want it to be unscripted. Then we have the Butcher and the Blade against Jurassic Express. Is that a 3v3? Yeah. Oh, no, sorry, 2v2. I want the world for the Butcher and the Blade against Jurassic Express. You want that? Who is it? Is it Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus? Yes. 11 should do. Though I imagine it's a bit shorter. The Butcher and the Blade hit an assisting swing DDT for a near fall before Jungle Boy breaks it up. Butcher hits a backbreaker on Jungle Boy, and they go for their finish as MJF screams for them to do it, but Luchasaurus saves Jungle Boy and hits the tail whip on Blade. Jungle Boy dives off Lucha's back and dropkicks Butcher to the floor. Jurassic Express hit an assisted cutter for the pin. Let's give that a Jungle Boy victory. The Dark Order make their way to the ring, and Evil Uno says he hopes the AEW production team are as smart as they think. Uno says the Exalted One is near, and when he arrives he'll breathe new life into the Dark Order. Daniels yells at them to stop. He and Kaz come to the ring. Daniel tells Uno to stop running his mouth and that he's sick of his lies. A man shows up in a robe and says that in a short time people will be brought up to date on who he is. He takes down the hood and reveals himself to be Brody Lee. Lee kills Daniels with a lariat, then stands tall with the rest of the group in the ring as they scream, "We are one" behind him. SCU interrupt Dark Order. Oh, Smokey Alibi. Best viewers on steamboo.com. It's a great name, Smokey Alibi. Oh, Smokey Abbey. Oh, that's good. SCU interrupt the Dark Order. The Exalted One. It's Brody Lee. Who murders SCU with lariats. Let's do Brody cutting a promo with Evil Uno. We can also have Christopher Daniels. And then Stu Grayson. Character development. Same with Frankie. And then like Alan Angels, non-speaking. Preston Vance. Does Alan Angels not work for... not part of it yet? No, you need Alex Reynolds and John Silver. Perfect. In ring, 5 minutes. It's fine. Stable, the Dark Order. We can add Brody Lee now as the leader. Maybe let's add Alan Angels and Preston Vance. Just because I imagine they're like masked members. We then get a trios match, Proud and Powerful and Jake Hager against Cody, Paige and Matt. Santana, Ortiz and Jake against Cody, Hangman and Matty J. Is this our main event? It is! That's sweet. In the ring, Jackson blind tags Paige as Hager pulls him to the floor. Jackson hits the Locomotion Northern Lights suplex and goes one on Hager, but he blocks it. Paige runs in. He and Jackson hit a double Northern Lights suplex on a bigger Hager. Paige and Jackson go for the Indie Taker, but Hager pulls Paige down and Santana rolls up Jackson for the win. Let's do Santana, storytelling, flash pinfall. At ringside we have Kenny and Jericho. Angle. Chris Jericho says they have the numbers advantage over the Elite, with Nick Jackson injured. Jericho says they have numbers advantage over the Elite with Nick Jackson injured. So Chris cutting a promo, all the usual guys. Santana, Ortiz, Sammy. And then we also have Cody, Kenny, Matt and Hangman. Perfect. 5 minutes, scripted, whatever. And then very quickly we'll do this as a second angle. Jackson says he has called in an old favour. Hardy boys debut backing the Bucks, backing the Elite. And then exactly the same again, Chris Jericho, Jeff Hardy. So Matt Hardy currently he's just retired. He got battered. If you once again check the news, injured, retired. Those are all in like such a short space of time. Inducted into the Hall of Immortals, left WWE, came to the Elite. He now manages Jeff. I will try and talk to him to got retirement for another run, but he has just retired recently. I kind of fixed his body so he isn't injured as much. He's probably better than most like wrestlers. But we'll see. If not, we did Jeff independently left WWE. So it went on tour, inducted into the Hall of Immortals, left WWE himself, I believe. Yeah, he hasn't had a match since January. Yeah, so we've got him. That's fine. So Jericho, Jeff, Matt, Nick off screen, Matt Jackson. Guess cutting a promo, and then Cody, Kenny, Hangman, Santana, Ortiz, Sammy. This is what I mean. I don't need all these people. Jake Hager. That's fine. They can be unscripted, improvised. Boom. Let's have a Jonah match. He can get a quick win over Exclude already booked. A win over Jack Evans would be fine. How long do we need to do? 15 minutes. Maybe squeeze 2 matches in. 7 minutes. Jonah wins. It's fine. We can stick that here. And then a completely separate match. Maybe a tag match. Who do we have? To be fair, this does look like a little smoother now that we have less wrestlers. We could just have Orange Cassidy. He can beat Joey Janela or Ray Horace. Okay, he can beat Joey Janela. How long? Just 6 minutes. Battle of the Glasses. OC wins. Happy with that. Nice. Then we can also stick that here. Let's have a quick pack match. He can beat Brandon Cutler on the pre-show. And similarly, let's have a 2v2. So Dustin and... You know, let's keep Nick Jackson on the pre-show. Dustin and Nick Jackson. I know he's injured, but they can beat Strong Hearts. Pre-show. Big Dust going over. Job's a good one. Book analysis says we're fine, so let's run the CW. Very quick, 24 minutes, including the pre-show ramble. In a decent pre-show match, Pac defeated Cutler in 11:32 by pinfall with a black arrow. Similarly, Dustin Rhodes and Nick Jackson defeated Strong Hearts when Dustin pinned Cena with a lifting reverse DDT. Our AEW Dynamite opening. Cody comes out and says he needs Paige and the Bucks to get over their issues. I need the Elite to be the Elite. In a poor match, Jonah defeated Jack Evans in 6:32 by pinfall with a death drop driver. His King of Monsters gimmick got a rating of great. A vignette hypes up Death Triangle. And in a short match, OC defeated Janela in 4:23 with a Superman punch. MJF says he's refusing to wrestle tonight and instead is shown gambling with Shawn Spears. The Lucha Brothers defeated Best Friends when Fenix pinned Chuck after using a foreign object. Trent challenges Lucha Bros to meet them in the parking lot next week. In a wild brawl that didn't have much heat and terrible wrestling, Shida defeated Riho, Statlander and Ford when Shida pinned Ford with a Maho no Ichigeki. Colt says Ford would do much better on her own. Sabin slaps him. Mox tells the Inner Circle he will be at Blood and Guts and they better be ready. Jurassic Express defeated the Butcher and the Blade when Jungle Boy submitted the Butcher. SCU interrupted the Dark Order. The Exalted One is Brody Lee, who murders the SCU with lariats. In a good match, IC defeated Cody Rhodes, Hangman Page and Matt Jackson when Santana pinned Matt with a fast roll-up. Jericho says they have the numbers advantage over the Elite with Nick Jackson injured. Jackson says he's called in an old favour and the Hardy Boys debut backing the Elite. Solid, not our best show. In fact, kinda sucked 66. I know some broadcasters that will not be happy with that. Let's see what happens on the next Dynamite. What's the next one? 25? Chris Jericho and Matt Hardy meet face to face. Cody Rhodes takes on Jimmy Havoc. This will be just before Speaking Out. Jake Roberts appears on a giant screen and says that Lance Archer is chomping at the bit to get in the ring. Roberts challenges Cody to bring anyone he wants to a meeting and a signing. Signing something that says Cody will face Archer. Darby takes on Sabin. Jake Hager takes on Chico Adams. Brody Lee promo. Brody Lee against QT Marshall. We have a main event of the AAA Mega Champion, Sammy Guevara against Kenny Omega. Omega wins. Big meeting between Jericho and Matt Hardy that goes on way too long. That's the world's longest angle. Evolve at a show. Matt Riddle against Tim Thatch. Not too much going on. Charlie Dempsey wants to be called up. How did NXT do? Probably pretty well. Yeah, pretty well. We did not do great. But we'll be fine. We're in the COVID area. Oh, so how's everyone's days been since the last stream? I've been running a lot recently. Not today, even though today I'm not in work till 4 o'clock. Just, I felt like shit the past couple of days. And I've still been pushing through it as you need to. You need to keep it up regardless. But I really felt awful going to bed last night. So I was like, I just need one day to not tomorrow back to jogging. not going to push myself, not going to like intentionally injure myself, but WWE reportedly planning WrestlePalooza PLE, same day as AEW's All Out. Oh, Sami Callihan retired. That's something that happened. Triple A's Triple Mania happened. Part of me's kind of excited to see that. I will actually watch that one. And then 2 WWE superstars' ideas turned down at Evolve due to safety concerns. Jade Cargill wanted to use a mace and razor blades and it was turned down. I don't know. There isn't a second one. They just said they wanted more fan interaction. Dan Maloney was in a tag team with Tyler Bates, the Miracle Violence connection. I can kind of see it. Driller Maloney's in, I guess, New Japan now? He's doing alright. I don't mind Dan Maloney. I don't know what Tyler Bates is doing these days. I know Trent Seven's out the Fed after speaking out. And Super Calo 3. If I was Super Calo 3, I'd call myself Super Calo Fragilistic. That was a lot funnier in my head. Yeah, Pete Dunne. He just won a match of Bloodsport recently. Good for him. I like Pete Dunne a lot, and then when these people kind of go to the Fed, I'm just a bit like, I understand the independent scene isn't the greatest right now. Like, you're either doing, GCW or you're doing AEW. Miss PWG. Ooh, we're on Sunday, which means there will be a Nightmare Factory show. Those stats are very good. I had to work out when Blood and Guts is. AEW Blood and Guts 2020. Is it like a pay-per-view or is it an episode? Was originally is a wrestling television special. Oh, since 2021 did not happen. Did they do Spring Stampede instead? The inaugural event was originally scheduled for March 2020, but due to the COVID-19 it was delayed and took place in 2021. What was the first one? Royal Rampage. It's kind of fun. Events. Blood and Guts 1. Oh, the Pinnacle, MJF, Wardlow, Spears, and FTR against the Inner Circle. The Inner Circle goes on for a long time. Until March 2022, we've got 3 years of the Inner Circle. Is it Stadium Stampede we have next? And then we had the Jericho Appreciation Society. Jericho has some really good bits, I'll be honest. Like, I know we kind of hate him, people who end up with him. suck, but he had some good bits. So what's going on? Jake Hager's joined All Japan for a tour. Nicole Savoy's developmental contract is ending. I think we can extend it for another year. Ethan Page wants to be called up. Brian Cage has extended his deal. Shazza and Miranda want to be called up. How was the newest Nightmare Factory show? Maybe we got a Nightmare Factory 2. So the first one, 58, 66 people. That's fair. Now it's 59, 67 people. Cage defeated Seidel to retain the title. Kaylee Ray defeated Miranda Relays. Viper defeated Chelsea Green on a ladder to retain. Tennille Dashwood defeated Jordan Grace, Sami Jane and Priscilla. Sonny Kiss, Gruff Garrison and Nick Wayne, who I'm thinking of bringing up to replace. I'm thinking about doing Gruff Garrison and Nick Wayne as... Or maybe Gruff Garrison and Charlie Dempsey, the Brian Pillman Jr. spot. Leah Owens defeated Anna Jay. Black Death defeated Bowens and Max Caster for the tag team titles. I didn't even set them to be a team. Gunn defeated Go-Go. Bennett defeated Mike Seidel. Solid. Can I negotiate for... broadcasting? I guess not. Production's pretty good. Yeah, it's fine. Ticket prices, I'm fine actually doing quite cheap. See if we get more people in for the next show. Because I'm not running that to make money. That's kind of to keep the people there that I need eventually. And I'd rather have them get wrestling than doing nothing at all. Wardlow and Page have bonded. Randy wasn't happy with Excalibur, neither was T-Hawk. Dustin Rhodes told them fun stories. DDP ran some drills, so did Cody. We don't need to address No Locker Room. Let's have our AEW Dynamite opening, then we're straight into a Cody Rhodes match. Right, pre-taped video for 1 minute. Jericho, Cody, Jeff, Mox, Omega. And then down here, we have Brody Lee, Darby, Dustin, Matt, Nick, Pac, Penta, and Phoenix. It can be unscripted. So Cody against Jimmy Havoc. Instead, we can have Cody take on Bandido. That works for me. Cody crotches Havoc on the top rope as Havoc mounted him. Cody climbs up with Havoc and hits a reverse superplex followed by a pair of crossroads for the win. Let's do this 12 minutes and steal the show. Mitchell challenges Cody to bring anyone to the contract signing between him and Jonah. So storyline, the American Nightmare. We can add Jonah and James Mitchell. Jonah on non-speaking. Cody on character development. 3 minutes maybe. We then get Darby against Kip Saban. Is Darby still injured? He is. So instead we can have... Maybe this would have been a better use of Brody Lee. Who wins? So it needs to be a winner. Pack. Does Orange Cassidy wrestle? Hager wins. Brody Lee wins. And then it's Sammy against Kenny. Now we can do OC. Stick Orange over. Alan surprised Saban with the Last Supper, a leg lock into a bridging pin, out of nowhere for the win. We then get highlights of Hager in AEW and Bellator. Jake Hager cutting a promo, I don't know, stick Cody off screen. Hype pre-taped video, and then a quick Jake Hager win. Where is he? There he is. He can take on men. T-Hawk. That's what you get for causing trouble. 2 minutes. Jake Hager, domination. Mox hits the ring and hits Jager with a paradigm shift. Hager recovers and trips Moxley and locks in the Patriot Lock. Moxley rolls through, sending Hager to the floor. The paradigm shift. On Hager. John Moxley and Jake Hager. 3 minutes should do. And we're straight into another Mox bit. As backstage, Moxley says he told Inner Circle that they better check their blind spot. He says that he is cleared and he out for blood. Mox says that Hager walked away tonight, but when this thing comes to a head, Hager won't walk away at all. He says he'll be carted out on a stretcher or Moxley will die trying. Backstage, Moxley says he's cleared and out for blood. That's just John Mox putting a promo on Jake Hager and Chris Jericho off screen. Backstage, I don't know, 2 minutes. Brody Lee says that they are the Lions in AEW and they're here to eat. Brody Lee cutting a promo on, we'll stick it on Christopher Daniels. Like a 2 minute outside broadcast promo. We then get Brody Lee against QT Marshall. Maybe make this, I don't know, 6 minutes. Swap QT with Kenny. Marshall dives off the top, but Lee moves out the way and hits a black hole slam. Lee hits the spinning lariat for the win. After the match, the Creeper leaves a Dark Order mask on Marshall. The match. The Creeper leaves a Dark Order mask on top of QT. Brody, Evil, Stu, QT. 2 minutes maybe. The Hardy Boys debut last week on is shown. So we can just do Matt Jackson, Jeff, Chris Jericho. It's kind of all that's needed. Serious pre-taped video. And then Dinner Circle attack on Nick Jackson 2 weeks ago's show. So that's kind of Jake Hager, Sammy, Santana, Ortiz, Jericho, and we can kind of do Hangman, Matt and Nick. One minute backstage pre-taped video. We then get what is the main event of Kenny Omega against Sammy Guevara. Maybe we'll have another match. This is quite a long one and Kenny Omega wins. Sorry to spoil that, but Omega comes back with a V-trigger and then a J-driller for the near fall. Guevara flips Omega off but eats another V-trigger followed by the one-winged angel for the pin. Oh, Timu! I am not about to end the stream, thankfully. You've came in at just the right time. How are you? How are you? Oh, long time no see. Chris Jericho says that Matt Hardy doesn't realise what he's gotten into. You're bad. I'm sorry to hear that, King. Why? What's up? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, boss. I hope things kind of go your way again soon. It sucks when stuff's not great. Fuck, that's awful. How have you done that? Jericho asks Vanguard 1 to join the Inner Circle. Jericho says he needs to explain to Matt how things work in AEW, that this is the show that he built. Hardy says the reason he assisted the Elite was because he owed the Books of Youth a debt for resurrecting broken Matt Hardy. Jericho says he resurrects and makes the careers, and he can do that for Matt Hardy. Jericho says he can give Matt a mulligan and give him a shot to ally himself with the Inner Circle. Jericho says that Matt has always lived in the shadow of his brother. Jericho says there's no one here to chant Matt's stupid nickname, but Matt says the venue is full of the essence of fans. Matt says the AEW fans should sing a new song and start singing the obsolete song. Matt Hardy says Abraham Lincoln is watching and MLK is in the crowd too. Jericho slaps Matt and Matt decks him. Jericho says he has some magic too, and Guevara appears from behind to attack Matt. Cody and Omega hit the ring and lay out Jericho and Guevara. I jumped over a fence that I always jump over during my runs. Oh shit. That sounds awful. How long are you going to be on crutches for? Jericho gives Matt one shot. You join the IC. Sammy attacks him, but the elite save. So Chris Jericho cutting a promo with Matt Hardy. A month. Yeah, that's fair. Just make sure to take it easy once you do go out again, because the last thing you want to do is end up re-injuring that. You'd be hobbling like Marty Jannetty. Chris Jericho, Matt Hardy, and then Sammy. Character development. Jeff, Cody, and Kenny. 10 minutes? Quite a long bit. Improvising the ring. Nice, we only have to fill 24 minutes. We could have the in-ring debut of Jeff Hardy taking on, I don't know, Santana. Where's Ortiz? Is he down here? Yeah. He could take on Jack Evans. That's kind of a pop of a match. That's fine. 12. How much do we need? 24 minutes. So if we give this 10, stick Jeff Hardy over. And then we could probably do a 2v2. Let's stick the best friends over Private Party. Private Party don't really do much for the next 2-ish years, so nice. Stick that here. Book analysis. Oh, we need a wild brawl. To be fair, this can probably be the wild brawl. Nice. Let's do a quick, I don't know, 4v4. Let's have Hangman, Matt, Nick and Dustin taking on Avalon, Lindemann, Seema, and I don't know, let's stick Dino in as well. Dustin can go over. Do we really need... Let's do a 2v2. Women. We kind of need Nyla Rose, and it would be helpful if Shit is also up there as well. Stick them together, a little odd couple thing. Against Mizunami and Sakura. Pretty sure we can stick Nyla over. I wonder if Nyla's still with AEW. All looks good. Let's run this episode of Dynamite. In a decent pre-show match, the Young Bucks, Paige and Dustin defeated Avalon at Strong Hearts and Danshoku Dino when Dustin pinned Seema with a lifting reverse DDT. Also on the pre-show, Nyla and Shida defeated Ryo and Emi. Sorry, let me just... send this over. Right. I've been how's job hunt? Job hunt was successful. I am currently in a job, still working as a chef. I'm working as a chef in a tap room, so I'm at the same time I'm trying to get into the brewery, so I can slowly phase out of chefing. But here's what it is. We'll see what comes of it. The job itself is fine. The work itself is fine. You know what it's like. Still around, still plodding about. Streaming a whole lot less often these days. Trying to get back into it. It's just one of those things, like once you stop for like a week, then it's like the next week you don't really do it, and then the next week, so you need to stay on top of it. But I'm here. I still regularly upload to the YouTube because I've got like bare content anyway, so that's how anyone can get a dose of me. But I'm fine, life's fine. Seeing my mum Wednesday, so I'm very excited. I don't go home as often as I should, and I don't talk to my family as often as I should. So that'll be very sweet. By the other side, subpar wrestling and little heat. Nyla and Shida defeated Rio and Emmy, when Nyla submitted Emmy with a camel clutch. You've been watching or catching up on any wrestling while you've been injured, Timu? I don't watch as much as I should, or that I talk about. I don't really know what's going on in the wrestling world, mostly. Cody defeated Bandido in 12-12 at the Crossroads. And Mitchell challenges Cody to bring anyone to a contract signing between him and Jonah. In a poor match, OC defeated Sabin in 10-25 with a Superman punch. We then get highlights of Hager and AEW and Bellator. An extremely short match, Hager defeated T-Hawk in 151 with a Hager bomb. Mox hits the ring and hits the paradigm shift on Hager. Backstage, Mox says he's cleared and out for blood. Brody says that they are the Lions in AEW and they're here to eat. In a decent wild brawl, Brody defeated QT in 601 with a running big boot. After the match, the Creeper leaves the Dark Order mask on top of QT. Best Friends defeated Private Party in 9:49 when Chuck Taylor pinned Isaiah with a strong 0. The Hardy Boys debut last week is shown. And in a good match, Jeff defeated Jack Evans in 10:27. Jeff and Matt Hardy are an awkward pairing. I am going to specifically change that. In 10:27 by pinfall with a Swanton bomb. The Inner Circle attacked Nick Jackson 2 weeks ago as shown. In the main event that kinda sucked, Omega defeated Guevara in 25-12 with a cross-legged Fisherman's Buster. Jericho gives Matt one shot to join the Inner Circle. Sammy attacks him, but the Elite saves to end the show. Again, sucked. Maybe we're at the point where I need to stick in a better main event after the actual main event. This show. Oh, don't care. Let's go. Not too much, a bit. I watched SummerSlam, checked out Raw. I checked out Raw, but stopped watching due to it just being boring. I was already bored, but Raw made it worse. I'm watching the Superman animated series. Fair. I had mixed things about SummerSlam. I couldn't believe it was 2 nights now. I don't really watch much wrestling. I'm actually going to check out Triple Mania some point soon because I don't know. I find the AAA stuff, like when Worlds Collide is maybe the last wrestling show I watched. No, that's a lie. I watched some WCW and I watched a... Is it WCCW? The Von Erich Company? I watched one of their random shows. How is the Superman animated series? I've been occasionally, when I get 2 seconds, watching the Batman one that's on Netflix. And it's quite fun. There's certain parts I remember from growing up and watching it, and certain parts that I don't. so it's nice to kind of relive it. Tommy End and Dylan Bostic ended up talking to each other on wrestling. Dylan Bostic is a dude who doesn't fucking get off Twitter. So Ricochet picked up a concussion in a match against... It's Ricochet on Raw. Yeah, I too am not a big Superman fan. I teamed with Lars and he got injured wrestling Jackson Riker and Montez. Yeah, Superman's a bit of a odd one. I just never cared for him. He didn't really he was too I don't know. Just too boring for me. Jordan Grace wants to be called up from developmental. It's fine. What is our... I just need to check out broadcasting. We're on TNT for down... 49. That's absolutely fine. Can we get no other TV shows? That will negotiate. Outside of America. Cable public? Nope. Cable subscription? I specifically can't have one while on TNT. Ooh. Oh, these aren't going to allow anyone else on, are they? Same with Europe. Yeah, too many TV shows. That's fair. Fucking everyone on it. That's fine. No, we'll be fine. So let's quickly check the next AEW show. When would that be? So this is... It was 25. So I think what? 1st of April? Or would it be the 2nd of April? Yeah, 1st of April 2020, nice. Omega against Trent. Shidder against Anna J. Do we have Anna J in developmental? We do. Marco against Lance Archer. Brody Lee vignette. Dark Order against the Natural Nightmares. Guevara and Spears against Cody and Darby. That's the end of that. We'll be fine. We don't have to hire anyone for this. Sure. Sweet. Oh, big stretch. Oh. I feel like we spend the majority of this save simming. Um, so I've just been messaged just to go for an interview for a sous chef job. That's about like an hour's train ride away. The only issue is I apply for these things, don't expect anyone to get back to me, and it's like I don't really have the time. So my days off, I'm in Newcastle, so I can't go to the proposed interview. So it's gonna have to be like sometime next week, and yeah, that just doesn't work for some people. Oh, we had a Nightmare Factory show. How was it? Nightmare Survival of the Fittest. The feedback is extremely positive. It was apparently a great show. Brian Cage defeated Andrew Everett to retain the title. Nice. That's 78 people. We got more in. Chelsea Green defeated Sami Zayn to win the Pro Wrestling She Won. What was the matches that night? So she defeated Shanna, Miranda Relays, then Sami Zayn. Solid. And who did Sami Zayn defeat to get to the final? She defeated Laura Di Matteo, Kylie Ray, and then lost to Chelsea Green. That's fair. Also, Matt Seidel defeated Dempsey, Sonny Kiss, and Austin Gunn for the Nightmare Factory International title. Any other matches? I think separately, Miranda Relays defeated Danny Jordan and Billy Starks defeated Nicole Savoy. Jordan Grace defeated Jamie Hayter, Charlie Evans, and Anna Jay. Griff Garrison, Puff, and Jun Kasai defeated Nick Wayne, Max Caster, and Kevin Bennett. Jetta defeated Sadie Gibbs. And Black Death defeated Bowens and Mike Seidel to retain the Nightmare Factory Tag Team titles. Big show, but a solid show. Especially considering there was a tournament on it. Rick Boogs, contract offer. So if we check just the general Nightmare Factory layout, Brian Cage is the Nightmare Factory champion. Matt Seidel is the international champion. Tag team is Black Death of Daniel Garcia and Kevin Bennett. Nightmare Factory Women's is Viper. International is still Emi Sakura. Tag team, Miranda Relays and Chelsea Green. The winner of the She Won this year. First winner was Charlie Morgan in 2017. Now in 2020 it's Chelsea Green. He Won hasn't happened yet. Both Matt Seidel and Nicole Savoy want to be called up. I understand none of these wrestlers want to be in an insignificant company, but I also needed a developmental, and I wanted them to get some matches. Let's carry on. Oh, doesn't seem like there's too much going on in the general wrestling world. My Chemical Romance tickets came out and I didn't get them, which is upsetting. I also had a lovely roast dinner the other day. I also want to watch that AAA Battle Royale they had. A Royal Rumble type thing. How's everyone's fantasy team doing? Mine's doing fine. Currently on 56 points, which is, you know, alright. Here we go. Finally there. Benjamin Reichsteiner. I don't know. Or does he just happen to have the same last name as personal details? I actually started a novel project that I'm kind of optimistic about. Yeah. That's a solid idea. Like, it's nice to have something that you can kind of work on. You know what I mean? Oh, that sounds like a nice little story. I don't know why, but it instantly kind of gave me Long Legs vibes. Don't know why. Maybe I've just got that movie on my mind, but very good movie. No one gets the night off. Daly's place is fine. Bug team meeting don't need to do. Oh, AJ Styles has asked if we'll use him tonight. You're injured. I just let you go. Like, WWE let you go, and then you wrestled 3 matches in Wrestle 1. So has no spots available tonight. Emi Sakura has been passing on tips to Riho. DDP ran some drills, Cody ran some drills. Banner has the storyline idea, and so does Taz. Matt Jackson has a creative finish. Solid. So, as is typical, we have our AEW Dynamite opening. Boop, boop. It's a hype pre-taped video for 1 minute. Improvised is fine. Dynamite opens up with Tony Schiavone on commentary with Cody. There's a bunch of wrestlers ringside. There's going to be some kind of tournament, but it doesn't tell me what for. Let's see if there's an angle further down. I feel like it's the tournament for the TNT title, but I don't actually know. So we don't actually need to set it up, I'll put it as an angle. So opening, we're doing Kenny Omega against Trent. I don't know, like 11 minutes. 13 actually does the job. Steal the show. Trent attempts a reverse tombstone, but Omega blocks and hits the pump knee, followed by a one-winged angel for the pin. Highlights from the meeting between Chris Jericho and Matt Hardy is shown. Perfect. So it's Chris Jericho, Matt Hardy, and then who was it? Cody, Kenny, Jeff, and Sammy. Perfect. I don't know, make it 2 minutes. Is a pre-taped video. Improvised is fine. And then a video package highlights Akira Shida. Video package. Hype, pre-taped, video, 1 minute. Akira, cutting a promo, and then we can have like Nyla off screen. We then get Shida against Andrade. Shida attempts a vertical suplex for a near fall of her own. Shida hits a running knee to the back, followed by a Michinoku driver for the pin. Akira against, who is it? Andrade. Ooh, Alan Angels, it seems. How's Andrade been since? So she went from kind of having no matches to defeating Charlie Evans, losing to Leah Owens, and then losing to Jordan Grace. So I mean, she's getting matches. Maybe make this, I don't know, 8. Shida wins. The pre-taped segment highlights Jon Moxley's issues with the Inner Circle. Moxley says he's a miserable son of a bitch right now after what they did for him. Moxley says he will defend the AEW title with his life. Moxley says he will defend the AEW title against Inner Circle with his life. So I don't know, like a 3-minute backstage. Let's have Jon Moxley cutting the promo against Chris Jericho and Jake Hager, and then there's kind of a return one. Hager says he had his hands on Moxley and he knows he is strong enough and capable. Guevara says that Hager is a monster. Jericho says he'll teach Moxley a lesson. It's revealed that Hager will challenge for the world title in 2 weeks in a no-hold-barred match. Jericho announces Hager challenge for the AEW title in a no-holds-barred match. This is kind of Chris Jericho cutting a promo with Jake and Sammy, John Moxley on character development. 5 minutes, that's fine. Improvised. I'll knock it down to 4 actually. Jake Roberts says he is fixing to break loose, and Archer is able to come out and destroy whoever AEW puts in front of him. Roberts says that Cody may just be smarter than he thought he is, and maybe he's smart enough to be afraid. Mitchell wonders if Cody's better half is stopping him from accepting the match against Jonah. James Mitchell cutting a promo. Jonah on character development, Cody off screen. 2 minutes should be fine. And then we have Jonah beating Marco Stunt. Want to know why we're doing James Mitchell and Jonah instead of Jake Roberts and Lance Archer? Is Lance Archer's broke his neck and is out for the next year. And Jake Roberts is signed with NXT. So I thought, we can't really do the full gimmick anyway, so we'll do the best we can. 7 minutes, and it is a Jonah victory. Let's make this match the Wild Brawl. Wild Brawl. Angle. Jonah chokeslams Marco out of the ring and onto other wrestlers. Jonah is the attacker, Marco's a victim, and James Mitchell kind of cutting a promo on Cody. In a vignette, Brody Lee says he knows how everyone feels during these dark times. He says he was lost and beaten down, but now he stands for everyone as the Exalted One. Lee says he was lost and beaten once, but now he is the Exalted One. So Brody Lee cutting a promo. I don't really. Oh, you can cut the promo on Christopher Daniels. With, let's do evil on non-speaking, same as Stu Grayson. Like a 2-minute video backstage. We then get the Dark Order against QT and Dustin Rhodes. I think the Dark Order is just Evil Uno and Stu Grayson against QT and Dustin. But in the ring, the Natural Nightmares hit a neckbreaker power slam combo for the pin. Storyline, can we add Dustin to this? No. What storyline is he kind of... I think he's in a little bit of the bubbly. He is not. Drunken Cowboy shit? No. SCU later? No. Bucks against LAX? Yes. So Dark Order, let's add Dustin. QT. We also need to add Brody Lee, that would be helpful. Oh god, I didn't even know I did this. Yeah, at least the audio looks alright. Book. Brody Lee comes face to face with Dustin before powerbombing a Dark Order member. So Brody, Dustin, that's kind of fine. 3 minutes. Yeah. Jericho cuts a promo from his hot tub. Says he's never seen a bigger group of fools than the Elite. Jericho says the Elite can't escape at blood and guts. Yeah. Jericho says there will be nowhere for the Elite to run at blood and guts. That's kind of just a Chris Jericho promo on Matt. We need to add them to a little bit of the bubbly, probably. Matt and Jeff. So this is kind of Chris Jericho against that. American Nightmare kind of has his own thing going on. This is kind of the Hangman Omega thing. So all the ones are kind of going fine. Yeah, that works. This is a backstage promo. He's kind of cutting it on Matt. Jeff. Matt Jackson. Nick Jackson. Kenny. Cody. Hangman. That's fine. 3 minutes. Improvised. And then the Young Bucks are shown in the pre-taped. They have a ring set up so Nick can train. Nick says he has no memory of the assault. Nick tells Matt he feels pretty good, but isn't ready to return yet. I don't know if you can hear my tummy there, but that was a big gab. Nick, the Bucks can just cut this promo on Santana, Ortiz, and Jericho. 2 minutes outside broadcast. We then get the main event of Guevara and Spears against Cody and Darby. Instead, I might do Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Sean Spears against Cody. Is Darby back yet? He is not. So I think we could do Cody, Hangman, and Matt Jackson. Make this, I don't know, 21. Allen rolls Spears into the ring and sets him up for a coffin drop, but Guevara cuts him off and tosses Guevara to the floor. Cody climbs up and hits a reverse superplex on Guevara for Spears to hit Cody with a frog splash when he lands. Guevara tosses Spears a chair, but Allen pulls it away. Guevara pulls the chair from Allen and Spears rolls him up for the win. We could do this as a Sammy Guevara victory, probably. I mean, none of these really get up to much more after this, outside of Chris Jericho. So we could just really use this as a Chris Jericho victory. Make this storytelling. Flash pinfall. Afterwards, Matt tries to check on Hangman, but eats a forearm from him So in reality, this is Cody checks on Darby and Darby forearms in, but it's fine. Cody, Matt, Hangman, Chris Jericho, Sammy, Shawn. 5 minutes, improvised, it's fine. So we need to book 13 more. We could have a 3v3. Best friends aren't wrestling, are they? Best friends, and Orange Cassidy isn't? No. They can take on T-Hawk, Seema, and El Lindemann. Nice. So we do only need to book 13 more minutes, so that works perfect for me. Orange Cassidy. Oh, is Trent already wrestling? He is. We can replace him with honorary best friend Colt Cabana. So let's put that straight here. That works for me. Or maybe here. Then on the pre-show, let's have a 2v2 of women. We can do Riho and Statlander taking on Caitlyn and Ivelisse. Stick Statlander over. And then a 1v1. Let's have Brody Lee get a win over Dino. Brody Lee, domination, pre-show. Book analysis says Sammy's being used too much, but that's fine with me. 74%, so would not be penalised, and let's go. In a bout which had decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat, Riho and Chris Statlander defeated Ivelisse and Caitlyn, when Statlander pinned Caitlyn with an area 451. Brody Lee defeated Dino in 52 seconds with a piledriver. And then we got our AEW Dynamite opening. Omega defeated Trent in 12:37 by pinfall with a V-trigger. And we get highlights of the Chris Jericho Matt Hardy confrontation. Video package highlights Shida, who defeats Anna Jay in 7:52 with a full metal muffler. Moxley says he'll defend the AEW title against Inner Circle with his life. In a decent match, Cabana and Best Friends defeated Strong Hearts when OC defeated Seema with a Superman punch. And Jericho announces Hager will challenge for the AEW title in 2 weeks at No Holds Barred. Mitchell wonders if Cody's better half is stopping him from accepting the match against Jonah. And then in a wild brawl at terrible wrestling and a non-existent crowd heat, Jonah defeated Marco Stunt in 6:52 with a death drop driver. Jonah chokeslams Marco out of the ring and onto other wrestlers. Brody Lee says he was lost and beaten once, but now he's the Exalted One. In a decent match, QT and Dustin defeated the Dark Order when Dustin Rhodes submitted Stu Grayson with a lifting reverse DDT. Brody Lee comes face to face with Dustin before powerbombing a Dark Order member. Jericho says there'll be nowhere for the Elite to run at Blood and Guts. Nick tells Matt he feels pretty good, but isn't ready to return. And in the main event, in about that good heat and decent wrestling, Spears in the Inner Circle defeated Cody, Hangman and Jackson, when Jericho pinned Matt Jackson with a flash roll-up. Afterwards, Matt tries to check on Hangman, but eats a forearm from him. 69, man. We just keep dropping, don't we? I mean, I don't think there's the risk of us falling from medium. But it's still kind of like, just keep falling in pop. Brawl's gone pretty well. Maybe it's gone pretty fine. It's 11:36. Oh. Fans amazed by Johnny Gargano, Serena Deeb, and Aleister Black. Oh, they've spent a lot of time together. Tadge's hung up his boots. Dalton Castle staying with Ring of Honor. And Carl Bloom is staying with WWE. What's going on? Dynamite figure's been fine. Marcos doesn't get it, according to John Moxley. Huh. I'm just nosing things now. So, I'm going to end the stream here. Thank you, Timu, for hanging out. I appreciate it a bunch. I hope you feel better soon. Not sure the next time we're going to stream is, but it'll be at some point. Thank you for hanging out, man. Yeah, stay safe. Have a lovely day. And I hope your ankle starts to feel better soon, King.